Welcome back to South Cobb Live, where community comes to life. I am your host, Elise White, emo's been on the mic and your community host all year long. This episode is brought in partnership with the Gary Hill Network in Smyrna, Georgia. So whether you are planning a wedding, launching a brand, or celebrating the milestone, all of them, all the vibes, our guest today believes in curating experiences that reflect who you are and what matters most to you. And that all in the name. Great Vibes events are now have Keisha Jacobs here with us, and she brings the joy, the detail, and all of the energy to creating very memorable experiences for her clients. She is also the owner of Great Vibe Events, LLC.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Doing well on this rainy afternoon.
I just heard the crash and the thunder. That's crazy.
Me too.
But I definitely am excited that you're here with us, Keisha. I love to start off with a good icebreaker question just to get us loose and warmed up for the conversation. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
If every event had a theme song, what's the one song that would play when you walked in to set up for your event?
For me, while I'm setting up,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of things that kind of get me in the vibe or help me to concentrate while I'm setting up, I have all types. I'll say since I was just listening to it while I was preparing for this interview, I would say The Sweetest Taboo by Sade.
Oh, so you vibe with the
For
smooth
real.
grooves. I like it.
Yeah, it kind of just helps me concentrate. Like, I like all kinds of music, but like when I'm trying to focus and concentrate and things like that, that's, not your traditional lo-fi type music, but
Yeah.
I like things like that to just kind of keep me going.
Okay, I like that. I feel like the sweetest taboo make me feel like you got good attention to detail just by definition. Just like okay, you gonna take your time. You gonna make it right. It's gonna be
Yeah.
thoughtful and intentional. Yes.
Yeah.
For me, it would have been it's a vibe. Awesome. Well,
But
speaking of the vibes, at Great Vibes event, your tagline is "Come vibe with us." So,
yes.
really, what does that look like in practice when you're working with a new client?
So come by with us, so I'm actually a teacher by day. So I actually am a creative type person by nature. I like to always do interactive type things that like bring people together to collaborate, connect, and interact. I'm really big into hands-on type experiences and things like that. So I bring different, unique, interactive type vibes. So that's what that means. Come vibe with us to experience something different, but it's still a vibe. It's still gonna make you feel good.
Awesome. So, what led you as a teacher by trade? I'm curious. What led you to launch Great Vibe Events, and what was that moment? Like, how did you know it was time to bring your vision to life?
So when it's all said and done, by the time I'm done, I want to like be known for hosting like, workshops, entrepreneur type workshops, summer camps and things like that, but things that they can actually take away and utilize in the real world. So I just started with my event planning company, just to learn how to deal with clients, see what different people look for and what they're asking for out here. And also, just overall, I like bringing people together. I also like bringing the youth together because my niche is working with sixth grade through 12th grade because it's
Mhm.
like, it's a lot to do for elementary kids. You can find anything to do for elementary. You can find all kinds of things, but it's like when they get in middle school, people forget about them and stuff like that. And I just know that from experience back when
Yeah.
I was young. So I want to just like, I like doing events for all kinds, but my niche and my go-to is like 6th through 12th grade. And just because, I like to work with young adults and they forget young folks or young teenagers. I'm just really good at planning events, but I also am really good at planning youth events as well. So I want to just tie it all together. And so this business is teaching me how to talk to people, it's teaching me how to get grants and meet different people in these different fields. It's teaching me how to get sponsorships and just different things like that.
So tell me, what are some kind of events you do for that niche market between the 6th to 12th graders, and what's the most memorable event you've done for the youth?
For the youth, I would say right now, my underneath my company, my annual back to school event. We actually had our first one last year, and it went really well. I really liked that event, and this year we actually incorporated where we're being intentional about trying to get more youth entrepreneurs as vendors because it is a back to school event. So you always have the vendors, people call in and wanting to be a vendor, but I was trying to be intentional about getting more youth vendors. And the reason why is because of a young lady that we had last year at our back to school event. She actually does nails. Her name is Phoenix, and she was the only youth vendor that we had last year, but she was like really excited. And so that's where the idea came from. I'm like, okay, so next year when we do this, we're going to incorporate having more vendors that are youth, because people really do pour into the youth and they really like to see that. So I'm slowly trying to not again get away from adult events, but just trying to shy over to the youth. And I'm using this back to school event to do it. So as far as working with the youth underneath my company, it would be my back to school event that we have annually in July.
I love the idea of tapping into kidpreneurs because you
Yes.
can really inspire them and also help them understand basic soft skills, communication, just by getting out there and talking about what they do and how they do it and how much it costs. And like, they're learning so many skills
That's right.
about
And
adulting.
right. And it's really been beneficial already. And this is my first year actually fully incorporating the youth. Last year we didn't incorporate it. It was just like a give back. But Phoenix's mother called to be a vendor, but then she called back a few days later and she was like, "Are you all accepting youth vendors?" And I was like, we're not denying it, but we didn't think about it either. And she was like, "Is it okay if my daughter vends?" And we told her, yeah. And yeah, so it's kind of all working together. Each year it gets better and each year offers something unique and different to get me closer to what I actually want to do.
Fantastic. I love that. So let's talk about the range of services that you offer. I saw on your site that you offer a lot of planning event types. So, how do you help each client feel like their event is truly customized and one of a kind for them?
I would have to say my communication and just listening. You understand? So like a lot of times the best thing that you can do when a client has come to you is just listen to their vision, let them talk so you can get a gist of what they want and what they want to see when they enter the room. But I'm very big on communication. I believe in event planning or any kind of business is just very important. So again, like I tell all of my clients, I might call you a million times, but just understand that it's coming from a good place. I don't want you to ever be in the dark about anything. This is your event, not mine. Yeah, I'm planning it and I'm helping you bring it to life, but it's still your event. So I want to make sure that if something changes at the moment, I don't want it to be a surprise. I want them to know every detail from start to finish. So again, I've had a few people like, "Oh, you call too much," but just understand it's coming from a good place. You understand? So I
Right.
really, I would say my communication is what I do. I'm very big on it. I just
Or
believe
over
it's important.
communicate.
Right.
So I know that a lot of people underestimate what planners do, and you do a lot because you got to handle a lot, timeline,
Mhm.
logistics, all the things, and last minute changes. But as the vibe curator, what's one unique touch about your business that you love adding to elevate an event, especially since experience is so important?
You just tell me like what kind of music you like, and I'll kind of take it from there. And my goal is always to pull out unique things that people forgot about or wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
even think about listening to, but it's like a whole vibe. You know,
Oh,
I love
see,
music.
me too. Yeah, we about to get into it. Song choice, the right question about the theme song. So music
Yeah.
is so important. It helps people feel more connected and actually make you like walk a little different if the beat is right when you show up to the event.
Yeah, but my main go-to is music. Like I always got my Bluetooth speaker with me. I'm gonna play some music, get the vibe
Wonderful.
going.
Yeah. So you get the vibe going. You tell them come see the vibes. You
Yes,
are the great vibes. Vibes on. You
that's
got
right.
vibes on vibes on vibes. What song is that? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
So
So you
you,
know, not all events require music, but with me,
yeah,
it's gonna always be a touch of it somewhere. You know.
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that means I got a vibe with Keisha then. Okay.
That's right.
So this is a great segue into the South Cobb Spotlight Sprint that we do at the
Okay.
end of our episode.
Okay.
And it's time. And we're gonna make it event, we're gonna make it the vibes edition, okay?
Okay.
So for this, I'm just gonna throw out a word or phrase, and you're gonna say the first song, singer, or lyric that comes to mind.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah. Yes, I think I listen to so much. So let's go. All
All
right.
right. High school.
What comes to my mind is so quick. Nuck if you buck.
High school. Okay. Give me a come about high school. I mean,
That's what comes so quickly.
celebration.
Any kind of celebration. Cool in the game. Celebration.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one. Like that. All right. Vendor.
Vendor. I don't know. I have nothing. So
I don't got a song for vendor either, girl. Okay, I'm gonna give you something light. You ready?
yeah.
90s or 2000s R&B.
90s or 2000s. So I love Kilo. Kilo.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like
Ki-
it.
Yeah.
All
So
right, well, thank you.
Deaf, Bass All Stars, things like that.
Say it again.
So Deaf, Bass All Stars, Kilo. You know,
You must be from Atlanta. You from Atlanta?
I am.
Okay. I just knew.
I am.
That is hilarious and awesome. I'm so excited for your continued growth with Great Vibes events and really the whole market that you're tapping into. It seems like you're growing more space for with the youth is very encouraging and it's important. They need to be seen. So thank you so much for your time. So Keisha, where can people find out more about Great Vibes Events LLC?
All right. Well, they can visit my website, greatvibeseventsllc.com, but they can also follow me on Instagram at Great Vibes Events 22 and on Facebook, just Great Vibes Events LLC.
Wonderful. You have heard it first, South Cobb. Get with Keisha. Great Vibes Events for your vibes, your music, your authentic touch. It's all of the things. So you can hear this full episode and more by visiting our website, www.southcoblive.com, or you can find us on all social platforms, podcast platforms, and our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.